our logs. A lot of information there. You can get all the fetch logs from there and so forth, and a ton of information on that page now rather than just the logs. Back to you, Mike. See everybody tonight on the TechNet. This is WB2JP.
Thank you, Dick. And yeah, that new log page is very informative. Take your time and look it over and familiarize yourself with it. Dennis in Dansville, New York, W2KDC. Good morning, Dennis.
Good morning, everyone on the Brew. We have 2 chairs at our table. That's because on the other 2 sides are benches. So, we can seat 5 or 6 at the table fairly comfortably, but there are only 2 chairs. W2KDC, back to net.
Well, thank you, Dennis, for being with us. Appreciate it. Andy, Chicago, New York, W2AJR. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, everybody on the Brew crew. We have 4 chairs around our table. Rest of the day is work, and then we'll see you on the TechNet tonight. 7-3 all. Have a good day. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Andy. And of course, that's 2 plugs for the TechNet. One more is to tell you that is at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Please come and join us and bring your technical questions, and even your submit them some of those answers that I know that you're going to have. Don't be bashful. Jump in there and help your fellow hams out on those questions. New stations, come now, please, twice and slowly.
Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo, Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo.
I just wanted to check in, because I believe I'm a member of this group, but anyway, I just recently renewed my ham license at $35, and I'm sitting here in the car waiting to go into work. And anyway, I hope everybody has a good day.
W4NJ, Whiskey 4 Victor, November Juliet. Good morning. KD2, YUJ, Kilo Delta 2, Yankee 4 Juliet. November 2, Uniform Oscar Golf, NOG. 2E0LRV, that's number 2, Echo 0, Lima Radio Victor, those in the UK.
Tango Juliet, KO4 VTJ, Gilbert in Orlando.
Okay, ask you, is there any Echo Link or digital stations out there? Any Echo Link or digital stations? It's your turn.
Kilo Delta Alpha 2, Mike Alpha Tango. Kilo Delta 5, Mike Alpha Tango,
Echo Mobile, in and out. Good morning, everyone.
Kilo Quebec 4, Uniform Zulu Golf. Kilo Quebec 4, Uniform Zulu Golf. So that'll be everyone in and out.
Kilo 5 Yankee November Uniform. Kilo 5 Yankee November Uniform. Mobile.
At last station, out of Texas on D-Star, would you come again with your full call, please? You're cutting yourself off. Not hearing anything, let me acknowledge the station we have here. N1WEB Webb in Collierville, Tennessee. K5YNU Florin in Conroe, Texas. KQ4UZG Ken in Donaldsonville, Georgia. KA2MAT Joe in Hazlitt, New Jersey. In and out was Paul, KD5ZPT from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. On the text line, Bill from Tequaka, Oklahoma. I butchered that this morning. N5JOJ. Gilbert in Orlando, Florida, KO4BTJ. Les from across the pond, 2E0LRV. Sal from Spring Hill, Florida, N2UOG. Stephen from Hilton, Carolina, KD2YUJ. Joe from Monticello, Kentucky, W4VNJ. Frank from Sugarland, Texas, KJ5DXB. And Ronald from Memphis, Tennessee was in and out this morning, KM4LDI. Let me go to Paul, Baton Rouge. I take that back. Paul was in and out. Only mobile I've is Florin in Conroe, Texas, K5YNU. Question of the day is, how many chairs are at your dinner table?
Good morning, Mike.
Thank you. Cool.
Back to
Connected everyone. Have a blessed day. Keep highlighting you.
Thank you, Florin, for joining us this morning. You stay safe out there in that Houston. Go craft. Frank, Sugarland, Texas, KJ5DXB. Good morning, Frank.
KJ5DXB, good morning to you, Mike, to Vicky, and everybody out there. Put me down for 2. Hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for the check-in. KJ5DXB, back to you, Mike.
Thank you for being with us this morning. Joe in Monticello, Kentucky, W4VNJ. Joe in Monticello, are you still with me, Joe? Looks like Joe was in and out, Vicky. Stephen in Hilton, North New York, KD2YUJ. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, Mike and Vicki. Thanks for being there. Yes, we have 6 chairs around the table, and so with that, I wish everybody a great day, and thanks for being there with us this morning there, Mike and Vicki, and back to the net.
Thank you for joining us, Stephen. Glad to have you as always. Sal in Spring Hill, Florida, you're up next. N2UOG.
Morning, Mike, Vicky, and everyone else on the Brew. We have 6 around the dining room table and 4 around what they call a breakfast nook. So everyone else have a good day, and thanks for doing what you do there, Mike. This is N2UOG, Spring Hill, Florida, clear.
Thank you, Sal. Glad to have you, buddy. Next up, we're going across the pond to Les in Red Ditch, Worcestershire. Is that Worcestershire? England. 2E0LRV. Good morning, Les.
2E0 LRV. Good morning, guys, and good morning to everybody on the net. And yeah, I usually say Les from the Shire. It saves the tongue twister. Though I used to work at the company that makes the Imperial's Worcestershire sauce, but that's another story for another day. I've got 5 round the table. There's only me here now, but I did have 4 kids. We didn't need the 6th, the big D. She got the money, I got the house and the kids. But yeah, beautiful weather over here. We're about to hit a mini-spring heat wave, well, it is for the UK anyway. We're going to have 5 or 6 days of, about 16 degrees Charlie. I'm not quite sure what that translates to, and in Fahrenheit I would imagine around 68 degrees Fahrenheit, just roughly. But yeah, it's going to be very fun. It's a beautiful day. I've got a conservatory on the end of the house, which is all glazed. There's a solid wall on one side, and then the other 2 walls are sort of, there's a short wall and then glazed. And it's like a solar trap in here. I can heat the whole house when the sun comes out. It could be minus centigrade outside. And it's 20, approaching 30 in here, you know, so I have to open the door and let the heat into the house. So fantastic weather for this time of year. So with that, best wishes from the Shire, and back to net control from 2E0 LRV.
Well, thank you for joining us, Les, and Worcestershire sauce happens to be my favorite condiment of all time. I think I use it almost on every other thing I cook. Thank you for being here. Gilbert in Orlando, Florida, KO4VTJ. Good morning, Gilbert.
Hey, good morning, and good morning to everyone on the Brew. I'm going to go ahead and go with 4. We have a small place, and it's just always my son and I, and yeah, and we're going to go with 4 chairs. Hope everybody has a wonderful KO4 VTJ, back to the control.
Thank you for being here, Gilbert. Bill in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, N5JOJ. Good morning, Bill.
Okay, hey, top of the morning to you and everyone on the Brew crew. It's here in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. We're in the 60s and it's been like spring here, so we are enjoying it. Matter of fact, the fruitless pear trees are all bloomed out over here, so they're usually the first ones I see with the trees starting to bud out. So they're all flowered up with the white flowers. So I know the hardwood's coming up next here. So everyone have a super day today. And to answer the question, right now we just got 4. Just 4 chairs around the table. So there you go. N5JOJ. Everyone have a super day. Back to net control.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate you being here. It's been a while since I've been on air, so it's some of these pronunciations I'm having to relearn them all over again. Joe in Hazelett, New Jersey, KA2MAT. Good morning, Joe.
Well, good morning. Well, we have a dining room area. We have 4 chairs there, but we spend our meals really with the 2 chairs in the kitchen. Have for years. It's the place. In fact, we'll even take 2 chairs from the dining room and put them in the kitchen if necessary. So really, it's the kitchen that's the main eating place. Back to you.
Thank you for being with us, Joe. Appreciate it. Who's up here next? Webb, Collierville, Tennessee. N1WEB. Good morning, Webb.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Good morning to the net. Mike and Vicky, you can put me down for chairs in the, I'm sorry, 4 chairs in the kitchen. The dining room table's a little bit bigger, but I've got radio stuff on there, and my wife has soap making equipment there, so that's that. And I'm sorry, when I came in, I might have stepped on somebody. I come into my All-Star node, and if I make my connection during the net, it usually will interrupt things. I think I'm going to ask a question on the TechNet tonight. How can I connect my All-Star Coast Reflector without stepping on somebody? It's TechNet tonight, so maybe I'll ask that question, or maybe on Ask the Elmer would be a good time for that question. Anyway, and 1 WEB, back to net.
Well, the technical reply coming from the board of directors at the moment is that we don't hear anything on this end, and pretty well don't have any control other than make the connection. If somebody's in there or jumps in there at the same time, it's just luck of a draw, but you're not hurting anyone's feelings there, Webb, so don't get too deep into it. Roy in Blaisdell, New York, by way of a text line, KA8BYU. Good morning, Roy.
And everybody on the Brew, KA8BYU. There's 4 chairs around the dining room table here, but one is always taken up by one of my 2 cats. On that chair, and both of them seem to like to lay on it. So there's only really 3 that are usable. Unless you want to kick the cat off. Yeah, back to you. I hope to see everybody on the TechNet tonight.
Roy, we don't kick cats in my household. There isn't one here to kick, but if there was, we don't kick cats. Matter of fact, the only thing that gets kicked around here is me. Doug in Homosassa, Florida. WA8CLG. Good morning, Doug.
This is WA8CLG. Very good morning, everyone. And there are 4 chairs around my table here in the kitchen, and no cats. And I'm with you, Mike. I wouldn't kick them around either, or dogs. 48 degrees here in Homosassa this morning, which is very cool for us for this time of year. Last few weeks or few days, we've been up in the upper 70s and even into the 80s a couple days. But it'll get there. It'll get there. Everybody have a good day. Back to you, Mike, WA8CLG.
Thank you, Doug. I'm not complaining about the weather this year. It's been pretty decent, I think, overall. Got a little chilly a few times, but, sometimes you just need to have a little chill. Daryl in Epsom, New Hampshire. WB1DXN. Good morning, Daryl.
Good morning, Vicki and Mike and all on the Brew crew. And here it's kind of a small house. The daughter is renting it, and I had to move back in with her for a while. Don't know what the future, but there was 4 chairs and a big table. The big table has been taken out of the room so I can have a table for my computers and a couple of radios for my shack here. And so these chairs are just hanging around for the cat to sit on from time to time, get them bright, nice and dirty. And but other than that, there are a couple other chairs, also lounge and whatever, and TV trays for dinner. So I guess you could say there's about 6 or 7 places for that, for the eating, if you can find enough TV trays to eat from. Back to net control, where here it is a cool 35 degrees, 1 degree Celsius, warmed up today so far. Have a good day ahead of you. Take care. WB1DXN, back to net control.
you for being with us, Daryl. Next up is Chuck from Lancaster, New York, by way of Lake Placid, W2EM. And Chuck, besides the question of the day, which is how many chairs are at your dinner table, inquiring minds want to know is when are you heading north?
Vicky and the rest of the morning brew. Heading north when the sun shines, when the sun gets warm up there. I'll probably be up there about around the 1st of May or so, I think. It's 49 degrees right here now, a little cool, but it's going up to 78 today. It's a beautiful day down here, so we'll hang out a little bit longer. Anyway, around my table, right now we only have 4 chairs, but it'll open up to about we could probably get 12 there if we had to. So we have chairs all the places there. But I miss having cats sitting on them and seeing a paw coming up searching for something, or cats, but we do miss them. Anyway, 73. Have a good day. W2EM.
Thank you for joining us, Chuck, and those inquiring minds now they can plan around your arrival. Sure, there's going to be a homecoming parade of some sort. Thank you for being here, Chuck. Donald in Ocala, Florida. Donald hasn't been with us very long, but we sure are glad to have him. W9EBB.
Morning all from Ocala, Florida. Very chilly yesterday at 48. I'm gathering the question is how many chairs we have around our table. We have 2 large benches on one side. One side has a large bench, the other side has a large bench, and we have chairs. That's how we're set up. We just put 8 our tables and stuff really high. So this is like having one.
Thank you, Donald, for joining us this morning. Your audio is a little bit weak. I don't know what method you're using to get ECR, but you may want to look at improving it just a little bit. Ron in Amherst, New York, WA2 WWK.
Whiskey up 2, whiskey kilowatt. Excuse me, a little bit froggy this morning. We have 4 around our kitchen table, and we have 6 around our dining table. Neither room is used very frequently, as we have a small portable type table in the family room. We sit down and watch the news and occasionally another program, but news is about all we do. So we'll have our lunch at noontime, going on in the world, and then our dinner at 5 or 6 at night, maybe 7. WHEW, WK.
Thank you. Next up is Don from Wayland, New York, KE2CXQ.
Good morning to everyone on the crew and all the people listening. Before I get going, I got to thank Alpha Delta Zulu. He helped me put a rope up in the tree yesterday. We're 50 feet in the air and getting ready to put the new antenna up. And we have 8 chairs around a huge dining room and 4 captain's chairs in the kitchen around the island. And that's pretty much where we eat. And back to the net. That's what I'm trying to say. I just woke up. I'm sorry. You have a good day. Thank you.
Well, Don, just waking up is always a good thing. Thank you for being with us. I'm going to look for some mobile stations out there and give these mobile out there a helping hand. Come on now, slowly, please.
November 8th, 2, November, CJM, Whiskey 2, Charlie, Juliet Mike, mobile.
Kilo Lima 7, Mike Juliet. Kilo Lima 7, Mike Juliet, mobile.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Golf Echo. Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Golf Echo, in and out. TJW, Kilo 2, Tango, Julia Whiskey, in and out.
Any other mobile stations out there, come now. Let me acknowledge you stations that just checked in. K2TJW, Ron in Hornell, New York, was in and out. Thank you for waving a hand there, Ron. Nick, you as well there in Toledo, Ohio, KF8DGE. Michael from Fairfax, Virginia's mobile KL7MJ. Neil from Houston, Texas. You came in on the text line, but that's quite okay. KJ5IQN. Charles in Selden, New York was mobile W2CJM. And Martian in Sterling Heights, Michigan, I think you were mobile KN8MJN. We'll start with Martian. Question of the day is, how many chairs are at your dining room table?
Good morning, the Brew Crew. This is N8MJN. We have 10 chairs at the dining room table. That covers us for most Sunday dinners, but for holidays and stuff, we have to add tables and chairs. So, typical family, everybody shows up. With that, I'll say 73. Everybody have a great Tuesday, and hopefully talk to you guys tomorrow morning on tomorrow's Morning Brew. 73 and 8MJN, back to net control.
Thank you, Martian. And let me rephrase that question. I said it wrong. How many chairs at your dinner table? Charles, Selden, New York, W2CJM. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, Mike and the crew. At our dinner table, we have 4 chairs. As for the rest of the day, I'm just going out to do some work. Thank you for doing the net, and everybody have a great day.
Thank you, Charles. Michael from Fairfax, Virginia, KL7MJ, mobile.
Hi, good morning to all on the net. Yes, we have 6 tables or 6 chairs around the dining room table, but most of the time we eat in the kitchen and have 4 chairs there. So as I'm driving in the morning traffic, I hope everyone has a great day. KL7MJ, back to net control.
Thank you for being with me this morning. Frank, KC2JPQ.
Good morning, Mike, and everybody listening to the Brew. 4 chairs at the dinner table, and looks like it's going to be a nice day. A little on the cold side, but things are starting to shape up. Anyhow, I'll send it back to the net. Everybody have a great day. KC2JP.
Thank you, Frank. You have a great day, too. Next up is Neil, Houston, Texas, KJ5IQN.
KJ5IQN, this is Neil. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. We have 6 chairs at our dinner table. Good morning, and back to net.
Thank you for being with us. New stations wishing to join the Morning Brew. Come on now, twice and slowly, please.
Kilo Echo 2, Victor Whiskey, Uniform Foxtrot
Kilo Echo
Romeo,
2, Victor Whiskey.
5. Kilo Echo 2, Charlie Sierra Uniform.
QPO.
Kilo Echo 2, Charlie Sierra Uniform. November Romeo Hotel Echo. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. C2 KHT. Kilo Charlie 2, Kilo Hotel Tango.
With this pause, let me acknowledge these stations. Henry in East Islip, New York, KC2KHT, Roger in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, N4RHE, John in South St. Paul, Minnesota, KC1QPL, Paul in Lancaster, New York, KE2SU, Greg in Holland, New York, KE2VW, Jacob in Farmers Branch, Texas, KG5UFR, Ariel in Alachua, Florida, W4RHC, and Ron in Sydney Center, New York, KE2ARC. Top of the list, question of the day, how many chairs are at your dinner table? Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, Mike, and everybody else on the brew. Yep, we got four chairs at the table. Starting out today with 20 degrees, but we're supposed to be up to 55, so gotta go out there and figure out how to start putting radios in my new set of wheels, so they give me something to do for the day as long as the weather's warm. Everybody have a good day, a good week there, and we'll catch you again. Kilo Echo 2 Alpha Romeo Charlie, back to deck control.
Thank you for being with us, Ron. Appreciate it. Ariel in Alachua, Florida, W4RHC.
Good morning, guys. This is Whiskey 4, Romeo Hotel Charlie, transmitting from County Road 235 here in Alachua, Florida. Heading to Lake City this morning. We do have 6 in the formal room, but for the most part, we use small tables, 4 chairs in the kitchen. The big table only for a special occasion or if we have visitors, which most of the time we got company coming over. Good morning to all. I hope that all have a blessed day. This Whiskey 4, Romeo Hotel Charlie in the mobile, Alachua, Florida.
Stay safe, Ariel, out there on the highways and the byways. Jacob, Farmers Branch, Texas, KG5UFR. Good morning, sir.
Well, good morning, and thanks for picking me up. Jacob here in Farmers Branch, KG5UFR. There are 4 chairs at my dinner table right now. I can put a leaf in and add a couple extra ones, but the general standby is 4. So I guess that'll be my answer. But fine business there. Thanks for picking it up on the net. And back to the control. KG5UFR.
Well, Jacob, always glad to have you, buddy. Greg in Holland, New York, KE2VW. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. A bit cold up this way, 36 degrees, but the sun's out. So that's what counts. And on the question of the day, we have 6 seats at our dinner table. The one in our dining room, we have 8. But 6 is more than adequate for sure. Hope everyone has a great day, and thanks for running the net. VW.
Well, Greg, it's good to have you as well. Paul, KE2CSU from Lancaster, New York. Good morning, sir.
This is Paul in Florida. Down here in our condo, we got 2 chairs. Back home in Lancaster, the kitchen has 6 chairs. The dining room also has 6 chairs. We had a great Irish day yesterday. 7-3.
Thank you, Paul, for being with us. Just to mention, for your information, you're a little bit overmodulated on your echo link connection. You might want to back off that microphone just a little bit. John, KC1QPL from South St. Paul, Minnesota. That's a chilly place to be.
Well, yes, it is. Good morning. Good to be with you. Thanks for having me. KC1QPL. Right now, the dining room table isn't much of a table, but there will be 4 chairs around it as I set up my house. So 4 chairs at the table. And back to you, sir. Thanks for having me. KC1QPL.
Thank you, John, for joining us. And spring is on its way, buddy, I promise. Next up is Roger from Fort Lauderdale, N4RHE, or known around here as Mr. Positivity. Good.
Kilo 2 Country Music Television. Good morning, Brewmaster Mike. Good to hear your voice. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. 4 normally. Table is round. If we pull it open and add 1 or 2 leaves, then 6 or 8 chairs. A table, a chair, and a ham radio is all anyone needs. November 4, Roger, ham enthusiast. Return to net.
Thank you, Roger, and thank you for that positive lookout. Henry, New York, KC2KHT. Good morning, Henry.
Morning, this is Henry, KC2KHT, and hello. I have 4 chairs around my table, but I do have I do go up to 8 on holidays and special occasions for the whole family to come in. So, but generally I have 4 chairs. Back to the net, KC2KHT.
Thank you for joining us, Henry, and 4 it is. Craig in Riverview, Michigan, N2WXD. Good morning, Craig.
N2WXD. Good morning, Mike and Vicki and all on the Brew crew. I have 4 chairs around our table. Back to net.
Thank you for being with us this morning, Henry. Craig, Riverview, Michigan, N2WXD. Craig in Riverview, are you still with me?
N2WXD, do you read me now, Mike? I have 4 chairs.
Thank you, Craig. We got it that time. 4 chairs it is. We're in Hollywood, Florida, KE4NTG.
Good morning to you, Mike, and Vicki and Scott, who I saw in the Zoom room, and everybody else there, and all the guys out there on the Reflector today. I have 6 chairs in my kitchen table. 6 chairs. For the rest of the day, it's going to be a nice day here. I'm going to go out and do some installation of a few things on my truck. I wish everybody a great day. Be safe and stay well. This is KE4NTG, back to net control.
Thank you for being with us, Walter. Time for some new customers to join us. And before you do, let me remind you that at 8 p.m. tonight is the TechNet here on the East Coast Reflector. And we look forward to having you join us. New stations wishing to join us now, come now, twice and slowly, please.
Whiskey 2, Charlie Hotel November. Whiskey 2, Charlie Hotel November, mobile. 4, Papa Double Mike. Kilo Quebec 4, Papa Oscar Kilo. Kilo Quebec 4, Papa Oscar Kilo.
November Whiskey 4, Quebec, NW4Q. NW4Q, November Whiskey 4, Quebec. Mobile, this is Kilo Delta 2, Zulu, Whiskey in and out.
Okay, with that pause, let me get some clarification here a moment. I had a KI-5 station. Would that say again twice and slowly, please?
Kilo India 5, Whiskey Yankee Charlie. Kilo India 5, Whiskey Yankee Charlie. In and out.
Thank you for the clarification. Let me acknowledge the stations that have just checked in. KD2 ZH, yes, Gary in Rochester, New York. NW4Q, Jim and Tracy in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Lucas in Spring, Texas, KI5WYC. KO4FBM, my buddy Jose in St. Cloud, Florida. Chad, Mike in Norwich, New York. And Mike, you were mobile, so let's go straight to you. Question of the day is how many chairs at your table?
Yeah, good morning to everyone on the net. This is W2CHN, and we have 6 chairs at our dining room table. So with that, I hope everyone has a back to net. This is W2CHN.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your participation. 6 it is. Next up is Jim in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, along with his bride, Tracy. NW4Q. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Mike. We have 6 chairs at the dinner table, and Tracy says hello.
Well, apologize. T's are confusing this early in the morning. And I've been gone a while. Appreciate you being here. That was a short list. Let's get another one here. I got a few, let's see, about 8 minutes left. Let's fill up this log sheet. Come now, please, twice and slowly.
K4 Juliet 2, Kilo 4, Echo X-Ray Quebec Mobile, in and out.
Oscar Kilo, Kilo Quebec 4, Papa Oscar Kilo. Quebec 4, Papa Oscar Kilo, Kilo Quebec 4, Papa Oscar Kilo.
KE2 BZA, Kilo Echo 2, Bravo Zulu Alpha, in and out.
Let me acknowledge these stations. We got KEBZA, WB2EHG, KQ4POK, KD2EXQ, and K4KU. If I missed anyone on that round, come now, please.
WB2PPC, WB2PPC.
WB2
Juliet 5, India, Victor Mike.
Whiskey Bravo 4 Delta X-ray, WB4DX.
Kilo Echo 4, Delta Echo Romeo. Kilo Echo, Delta Echo Romeo.
W5UJT, W5WJT.
Okay, hold up a moment. Let me acknowledge these stations. Start with, let's get a clarification on the W5 station. Would you give me your full call again?
W5WJT, Whiskey 5 Whiskey, Juliet Tango.
Thank you, sir. And I had a station out there with I, Victor M in its call. With that station, give me your full call, please.
Kilo Juliet 5, Victor Mike. Kilo Juliet 5, India, Victor Mike.
Thank you, Ruth. And since there's just a few there, let me go ahead and take this list as I've got it. K4KU, Jason in Atlanta, Georgia. Question of the day is, how many chairs at your dinner table? Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, everyone. I'll be quick. We've got 4 chairs at the dinner table in Atlanta. Hope you have a great day. This is K4KU, back to net control.
Thank you, Jason. Gonzo in Winter Springs, Florida, KQ4POK.
Good morning, Mike, and this is the morning brew. We normally keep 6 chairs around the dining room table. We do have some family that live nearby, and we try to be ready for them in case they should drop by for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Back to net control, this is KQ4POK. Simply trees to everyone.
Thank you, Gonzo. Glad to have you, buddy. Frank, and I'm having a very hard time with my New York city, so tell me where you're from. Let me help me out. WB2PPC.
Okay, Copec Steel. Copec, it's on Long Island, in the middle of Long Island. And I have 4 chairs at my dinner table. Who usually use them. Back to that.
Thank you, Frank. I should have known it was on Long Island. A lot of good Indian names out there being with us. And I didn't catch the number. How many chairs?
4 chairs, 4 chairs.
Thank you, Frank. 4 it is. Next up is Ruth from Cold Spring, Texas. KJ5IVM. Good morning, Ruth.
Good morning. We have taken out the dining room table and put in my office because I'm working remote, but 4 chairs around it.
4 works for me, Ruth, and I hope you get as much production done at that table business-wise as you do eating-wise. John in the Villages of Florida.
We sure do.
John in the Villages of Florida. WB4DX.
Good morning, Mike.
I have a formal dining room and an informal dining room for a total of 12 chairs. Back to that. Yeah, you're not that far from me, John. I may have to come over since you got room to party. Let me know what you're serving up. Bill in Fayetteville, North Carolina, KE4DER.
Good morning. KE4DER in Fayetteville again. No kitchen table, no chairs. I'm 81 years old. I'm a widower. We're married 54 years before she died. Just myself and the dog now, so no need to have a table. All the family, all the kids have moved out of town, got their own family started now. 73s to you. Thank you for calling the net this morning. KE4DER back to net.
Well, thank you, Bill, for being here. And remember, you've got a family here at the ECR, and we're glad to have you. Joe in Kinder, Louisiana, W5JT. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone on the Brew Crew. Great 55 degrees here, starting off in southwest Louisiana against the Gulf Coast. We don't have a dining room table, a formal dining room table. We've got an open floor plan in our house, and we have a very large island. And around three sides, we have 10 chairs, and the fourth side is open to the kitchen for food prep. So, hope everyone has a great day. Back to net control.
Well, thank you for being with us, and you're our last participant this morning. Time to close this thing out and put the reflector back in normal operations. So on behalf of Scott, W2BLT, and Miss Vicky, KE8VKY, this is Mike in DeBerry, Florida, K2CMT 73. See you at 8 tonight for the TechNet.